just realised I have a really funny story to tell from back in the days of Yonder when I used to work and when dinosaurs walked the earth, but I couldn't because I was still in a wheelchair. And this story, it's funny now, like to look back on, but at the time it was freaking terrifying. So, I mean, it's given me secondhand anxiety just thinking about it, but at the same time it's freaking hilarious because what the hell? So, we used to have this gentleman who was in a wheelchair who would come in every week on the dot like clockwork on the same day. And because he knew I was a wheelchair user, my wheelchair, it would be hidden under the conveyor belt, but he'd spotted it because he'd come to the disabled tills. They were lower down, and that would be the one I worked on. And this one day he comes in, and we're having a normal conversation. I'm bagging his groceries, you know, doing the thing, scanning, boop, putting them in his bag, putting them in his basket. And he goes to me, "Have you ever tried THC oil for your pain?" And I was like, no, because genuinely at the time I hadn't. Because at that time in the UK, it was only available, because we're talking 2014, so it was only available for certain conditions like epilepsy or cerebral palsy or a couple of others. But my conditions were not on that list. They are now, but they weren't then. And he was like, "You really should try it. It's absolutely amazing. It will change your life." Now, don't get me wrong. He's completely right. It has changed my life now that I've got it on prescription. But back then, it wasn't an option. Anyway, so the next week, he comes back. And we're chatting away. And he goes, "I've got a present for you." It's like, okay. Completely forgetting the conversation we had had the week before. He goes, "I've got a present for you." I was like, "Oh, thank you. That's really sweet." Now, bear in mind, this guy used to bring us flowers, he used to bring us chocolates, he loved our store. So he would always bring us the till staff things, like the managers and me and another couple of his favourites. Anyway, as he goes to leave, he just goes, dunk! With a bottle like this is not CBD oil, this is glitter, but he goes dink and just zooms off into the night in his electric wheelchair, not to be seen again. And I pick it up, and I look at it, and it says 100% THC, or 99% THC, 1% CBD, and I'm like, oh shit, this is not good. I am on camera. I look up at the camera, I look down at the bottle, I look up at the camera, I look down at the bottle, and I press my manager's button, because in that moment I thought, if they see me on this camera accepting